Welcome back, children. Let's move further with the chapter Journey to the End of the Earth by Tisani Dosi. The indications for the future of mankind are not very good, as it is visible today due to this corona pandemic. Not only this corona pandemic, many other things comes before your eyes which make you realize that we are not moving on the right path. Human civilizations have been around for only 12,000 years, means the history of human beings is only for 12,000 years. In that short period, man has created a lot of confusion and overpowered nature. Human population has increased rapidly. We are battling with other species for limited resources. The burning of fossil fuel has now created a blanket of carbon dioxide around the world. The average global temperature is increasing slowly but surely. Climate change is one of the most hotly contested environmental debates of our times. Antarctica is a crucial element in this debate. It holds in its ice cores 500,000-year-old carbon records trapped in its layers of ice. Students on Ice, the program I was working with on the Scholastic, aims to do exactly this by taking high school students to the end of the world and providing them with inspiring educational opportunities, which will help them foster a new understanding and respect for our planet. It's been in operation for 6 years now, headed by Canadian Geoff Green, who got tired of touring celebrities and retired rich curiosity seekers who could go only give back in a limited way. With the Students on Ice, he offers the future generation of policymakers a life-changing experience at an age when they are ready to absorb, learn, and most importantly, act. So children, as I explained to you earlier, the Student on Ice program was started by Geoff Green, a Canadian 6 years ago. Under this program, high school students are taken to the ends of the world and they are provided their inspiring educational opportunities, which will help them to encourage in developing a new understanding and respect for our planet. Geoff Green offers the future generations of policymakers a life-changing experience at an age when they are ready to absorb, learn, and most importantly, they are going to act. So, Tisani Dosi was a part of this program and she has joined the ship of Scholastic and with Geoff Green to understand the world. The reason the program has been so successful is because it's impossible to go anywhere near the South Pole and not be affected by it. It's easy to be blazed about polar ice caps melting while sitting in the comfort zone of our respective latitude and longitude. But when you can visibly see glaciers retreating and ice shelves collapsing, you begin to realize that the threat of global warming is very real. Tisani here wants to make us realize that while we are in a comfort zone, sitting in front of our televisions and watching the Antarctica, we feel so good, we want to go there, but the conditions are not so soothing there in Antarctica. When there is an avalanche break, when ice shelves collapse, you realize how much difficult it is to survive here, and then you come to know what effect global warming has had on the earth. Antarctica, because of our simple ecosystem and lack of biodiversity, is a perfect place to study how little change in the environment can have big repercussions. Take the microscopic phytoplankton, those grasses of the sea that nourish and sustain the entire southern ocean's food chain. These single celled plants use the sun's energy to assimilate carbon and synthesize organic compounds in that wondrous and most important of processes called photosynthesis. Scientists warn that a further depletion in the ozone layer will affect the activities of phytoplanktons, which in turn will affect the lives of all the marine animals and birds of the region, and the global carbon cycle. In the parable of the phytoplankton, there is a great metaphor for existence. Take care of small things, and the big things will fall into place. Scientists warn that a further depletion in the ozone layer will affect the activities of the phytoplanktons. Children, due to this global lockdown of around 3 months, the study has revealed that the hole next to the sky of Antarctica has just got closed, and the hole I'm talking about is the hole in the ozone layer. You can well imagine that just 3 months lockdown has closed the hole in the ozone layer. What would be the condition of Earth when we will reduce the use of fossil fuels? We will reduce the use of harmful gases which come out through the industries, vehicles, and many other things. Scientists warn that a further depletion in the ozone layer will affect the activities of phytoplanktons. Actually, it's very minute organisms which is found inside the ocean. I'm talking about phytoplankton. It will affect the lives of all marine animals and birds in southern oceans region and global carbon cycle. The phytoplankton has an allegorical significance. Take care of the small things, and the big things will fall into place. Walks on the ocean. My Antarctic experience was full of such epiphanies, but the best occurred just short of the Antarctic Circle at 65.55 degrees south. The Skolasky had managed to wedge herself into a thick white stretch of ice between the peninsula and the Tadpole Island, which was preventing us from going any further. The captain decided we were going to turn around and head back north, but before we did, we were all instructed to climb down the gangplank and walk on the ocean. So there we were, all 52 of us, kitted out in Gore-Tex and glass, walking on a stark whiteness that seemed to spread out forever. Underneath our feet was a meter thick ice pack, and underneath that 180 meters of living, breathing salt water. In the periphery, crevita seals were stretching and sunning themselves on ice floes, much like stray dogs will do under the shade of a banyan tree. It was nothing short of a revelation. Everything does indeed connect. 9 time zones, 6 checkpoints, 3 bodies of water, and many ecosphere layers. I was still wondering about the beauty of balance in play on our planet. How would it be if Antarctica were to become the warm place that it once used to be? Will we be around to see it? Or would we have gone the way of the dinosaurs, mammoths, and woolly rhinos? Who's to say? But after spending 2 weeks with a bunch of teenagers who still have the idealism to save the world, all I can say is that a lot can happen in a million years, but what a difference a day makes. The author says that her experience of Antarctica was full of moments of sudden great revelation. The best occurred when they were just short of the Antarctica Circle at 65.55 degrees south. Skolasky got stuck between a thick white stretch of ice and they were not able to move forward. And it got stuck between the peninsula and the Tadpole Island. That means the ship could not go further. So the captain decided to turn round and head back north. Before they did so, they were all instructed to climb down the gangplank and walk on the ocean. Walk on the ocean? Yes, ocean, which is frigid. All the 52 persons on board put on breathable waterproof clothing and sunglasses. Children, if we will move in an icy area or in the mountains where ice is there, without sunglasses, we will be turned out blind. So they wore the sunglasses and then breathable waterproof clothing. They walked on a stark whiteness which seemed to spread out forever. Under their feet was a meter thick ice pack. On that ice there was 180 meters of living, breathing salt. In the periphery, crabeater seals were stretching and sunning themselves. Sunning themselves means drying themselves in sun on ice floes, much like stray dogs will do under the shade of a banyan tree. It was nothing short of a revelation. Everything does indeed connect. When the author returned, many a questions revolved round inside her brain. She was still wondering about the beauty of balance in play on our planet. She is confident that a lot can happen in a million years. Even a day can make a lot of difference. On a positive note, this chapter ends. But still, it raises many questions. Like, will we be around to see Antarctica? Or will it turn out where there would be dinosaurs, mammoths, and rhinos? Or will we be able to save our Earth? So, on a positive note, the author says that a day can bring the change, or a day can make a lot of difference. That depends on us. Yes, children, that has been proved by 3 months lockdown. The hole in the ozone layer near Antarctica is just going to patch up. Yes, but sadly, this is not just due to human effort, but due to the pandemic, COVID-19. Just imagine the day when our Earth would be a place with no disease, no calamity, and just because of human efforts. So children, that's all in this chapter. Thank you.